If you've ever been to Cameroon or lived in Cameroon, then you probably know that Accra Banana is more than just a snack. It's a childhood memory for many of us. Made with ripe bananas and cassava, Accra Banana has been enjoyed for generations. You'd find it sold by street vendors, at markets, and in neighborhoods across the country, making it one of Cameroon's most loved and affordable comfort foods. Now, before we get started, I have a little challenge for you. There's one ingredient I used in this recipe that I didn't show with the rest of the ingredients at the beginning. I added it for a very specific reason, and I want to see if you can figure out what it is before I reveal it. Keep watching and I'll explain exactly what I used and why I used it. Now let's look at our ingredients. So to make Accra Banana, you need your cassava. I'll show you how I prep my cassava before it got to this stage. So of course, I got my cassava from the farm, fresh cassavas. You don't want to keep your cassava for days before you peel it and use it for Accra Banana. You want to use fresh cassava, maybe just one day after harvesting. For me, that's how I do it. So I peel it and then I open it into small pieces that I can easily grate on my grater. Now, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, sometimes I blend my cassava. When I'm lazy and tired, I blend it. But for best texture, you want to use a grater and grate your cassava. Now, there was a day when I was tired, but I really wanted to have this consistency. I blended half of the cassava and then I grated the rest. You put your cassava in a strainer to have the liquid drain off like you see on the screen. For your bananas, you want really ripe bananas. I didn't have that. Now, you also need your salt and nutmeg, which is optional. That's why I used very little nutmeg, as you can see. I just like the flavor of nutmeg in everything. So I kind of use it in almost everything. You go ahead and mash your bananas and then you add your nutmeg and your salt. My salt was a little bit too little, so you can add a pinch more of salt. What I used was like maybe half a teaspoon. I think I could use 1 teaspoon and it will work for this quantity of Accra Banana. Honestly, I cannot tell you use 4 cups of. I didn't do that measurement. I just went with my grandma's method, eyeballing and mixing until my ancestors say stop. So Accra Banana is very simple to make. It's simply cassava and banana, and then you mix and fry. Now, this is our secret ingredient. I did not intend to add gari. In fact, I've seen people make Accra Banana using just gari and banana. I've never done that, and I don't feel like I want to try because I always have cassava. But the reason I added this gari was because I realized that my mixture was soft. Okay, my Accra Banana mixture was soft, so it needed a little more cassava, or maybe I needed to drain out the water from my cassava a little longer, right? I didn't let it sit there for long and I didn't really do a lot of squeezing. So I decided to add gari to give it a little bit of form. Okay, and yeah, I went ahead to start wrapping my Accra Banana into small balls. You just want to use your hand. You just roll it in your palm and it forms those balls. They are not perfect, but they are okay. So I went ahead to do this, and then while I was doing this, my oil was already getting hot on the fire. So as you can see, when I drop my Accra Banana, is bubbling, telling you that the oil is already hot and ready for frying. I fry my Accra Banana for anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes and it's going to be ready. Now, there's something about removing your Accra Banana when it's golden brown. When it's golden brown, let's just go back memory lane, like down memory lane. Imagine those people selling Accra Banana in those transparent buckets, or those people used to sell in those yellow pans that had some big covers that some people used to sell nyamangoro on it. I wish I have an image to show you guys. But every time you see the Accra Banana, it's not this color, it's not this golden brown. It is almost, I'll call it coffee brown. Yes, your Accra Banana needs to get to coffee brown level because it's cassava we are dealing with here and it needs to cook properly. So I let it sit or let it stay on fire for a while again. I actually did remove this Accra Banana before it got to that coffee brown, like that thick brown level. But if you can go back memory lane, you will know that Accra Banana generally gets really brown before they take it off the fire. Can you remember? Drop a comment if you can remember, if you know what I'm talking about. But once my Accra Banana gets to this level, I start itching to take it out. I'm like, no, don't get burnt, don't get burnt. But It needed to get a little bit browner than this for it to be authentic street Accra banana in Cameroon. But anyways, this is what we have, and at this point I think it was fairly cooked and good for eating. So I started taking it out, and this Accra banana, my kids had it with tea, me, I had it with pepper. Yeah, we've come to the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. If it's your first time coming across JD's home, please do well to subscribe. We have amazing content. I share videos on the health benefits of different foods. I share delicious Cameroonian food recipes, meal timetables, anything that has to do with food, but in different ways. And then to spice it up a little bit, I also from time to time share a little bit of my life as a mom of 4 living in Cameroon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.